believe passionately in entrepreneurial fire, in giving everyone, everywhere, the chance to do their best and feel even better. We believe in you. We're here to empower every beautiful dimension of you. And at Mary Kay, we know we've all got a few things in common. We're all worthy of a community that understands us. We all deserve flexibility, and we should get to run our day instead of it running us. So maybe that's what brought you here to get to know us. Mary Kay has been a groundbreaking, trailblazing company for more than 60 years, and we follow in the footsteps of the original beauty influencer. Like many women in the 60s, Mary Kay Ash was not treated fairly in the workplace, so she made a change and founded a company that gives everyone the opportunity they deserve. Today, Mary Kay continues to be family-owned and continues empowering others in more than 35 countries. We are a company driven by the idea that you can do what you love, be who you want, and earn extra income on your terms. Our idea is powerful in its simplicity. First, Mary Kay creates hundreds of products that people crave. And yes, we win industry awards. Conduct 500,000 tests a year for safety, quality, and performance. Hold more than 1,600 global patents. And products are made in our own global manufacturing and research facility. Because what gets us really excited is how much people love our products. Because your confidence is our obsession. Next, we keep the business model beautifully simple too. Independent beauty consultants are 100% independent business owners. They buy directly from Mary Kay, then sell directly to customers to earn money. That's it. No wholesalers, no middlemen, no one holding them back, period. They enjoy the flexibility to work a Mary Kay business a lot or a little at parties, online, and on social, all while learning life skills from others and getting digital tools to help along the way. And if they're ready to lead a team of their own, they can drive the business as far as they want. Beauty consultants have one of the highest profit potentials on product sales in the world. Plus, at Mary Kay, they are always celebrated. Small wins are recognized, and big accomplishments are richly rewarded by a community of entrepreneurs and corporate employees around the world. Working together, we've also built a long history of giving. Mary Kay and its 4 company-sponsored foundations has given more than $200 million in monetary and product donations since we began tracking our philanthropic efforts. We support life-saving research and survivor empowerment with more than $24 million awarded to cancer research innovation from the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. And we strive to protect the environment by planting more than 1 million trees, powering our global headquarters and manufacturing with 100% renewable energy, and achieving zero landfill site status in our global manufacturing facility. We are a brand with a purpose, and we hope you see the amazing potential we see for a bright future together. This is where you can come to thrive. This is where you can unleash your confidence. This is Mary Kay, empowering women entrepreneurs since 1963. Then, now, always.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being on here tonight. We are super excited. You guys are all on here. Sorry, I'm getting on here just a second. There we are. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being on here tonight. I just want to thank all of our guests who are on here tonight. Let me adjust a couple quick things in the chat section. There we go. And thank you. Happy December, everybody. And thank you for being on here. And I know that the consultant who invited you tonight wants you to hear a little bit more about Mary Kay. And you know you could not give yourself a better Christmas gift than an opportunity to make some great, incredible income in the future. And I don't know what your goals are for 2026, but maybe this could be it. You never know. We have an amazing speaker tonight. But before we get started, I want to let you know a couple of quick things. My name is Janice Trude, and I am a global national sales director for Mary Kay globally because I work all over the world, and which is really great to see our company. We are in 36 countries worldwide, and I hope you love that video because it shares so much about our company. And if you're a guest on here, I know how it feels because for one full year, for one entire year, this amazing woman kept saying, you should do Mary Kay. And I'm like, no, I have a college education. My father will kill me. I kept using every excuse possible not to do Mary Kay. This was not what I went to college for, but she said you should check it out. And I went to a local meeting And that was over 43 years ago. So never say never, and over $6 million and 22 cars. So it could be for you. But tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to equip you with some information. And then at the end tonight, we're going to give away 7 free opportunities to join Mary Kay. So if at any time tonight you decide, you know what, I think I just want to jump in with them, type in the chat section, I'm in for free. And when you type in I'm in for free, what we're going to then do is we are going to go ahead and pull out 7 names. We're going to draw 7 names and give out free opportunities for Mary Kay tonight. Okay, is that good? All right, well, let's get started with some screen shares and some information. I'm going to know some of the directors will keep the chat going here to answer any questions, but please make sure that you feel free to ask along the way. Okay, so I'm going to start with a couple screen shares. And of course, my favorite, and the most important thing is our amazing founder. So this is our amazing, beautiful, dear Mary Kay right here. I'm going to enlarge it quite a bit. There we go. And so that you can see a little bit about Mary Kay. This is Mary Kay. She started this company in 1963. So let's think about that. We are a company that's a long-standing company that's been around for a very long time. And we've weathered a lot of economic storms, that's for sure. We did lose Mary Kay in 2001, but we are still a family-owned and operated business today with Mary Kay's grandson, and who is the CEO and the president of Mary Kay. Now, this is our global world headquarters. This is in Dallas, Texas. This is where our main headquarters are. This is where our CEO is, and of course, all of our staff is. But we also have in Louisville, Texas, not far, of an $11 million manufacturing and distribution center, okay? So out of our 35 countries, 28 of our countries receive their products from Mary Kay. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you. And then of course, how the heck do you get started? Well, there's some great things that are going on and always right now. I just am always amazed at everything. So there's 2 ways that you can start Mary Kay, and I'm gonna put them up here and I'll explain them. So we have a 35 start and a $90 start. So what is the difference between the two? So the $35 start, I would say it's for those who are on here for family, friends, personal use, or I'm not really sure what I want to do yet, that kind of a person, okay? So with the $35, you get a beautiful website, my shop, for an entire year, and also to credit card processing. Plus you also have your welcome packet and samples, and yeah, you get started. And it's such a great opportunity to start a business with everything for $35, you guys. Now, I will tell you, the Pro Start is honestly for those. In fact, let me ask in the chat section, is anybody out there, would you like to make at least $1,000 or more? Who could use an extra $1,000 or more going into the new year? How many of you would like to add $1,000 in income into your household? See, I knew there's people out there. All right, I'm just going to encourage you, if that is you, to get the $90 and the $35 together. And the reason is not only do you have your website and samples and everything, but you also have full size of both skincare sets, full size, not samples, and CC creams and microdermabrasion and oil-free eye makeup remover and charcoal mask and all your trays and mirrors and your bag, everything that you would need to do all your beauty experiences. So guess if you're on here tonight and you're considering it, I would suggest you talk to your consultant sales director so that she can give you the information, okay? And I do want to share with you the beautiful website that you get, because one of the things that I say that Mary Kay always prides itself is in how professional that we are. I love the fact that Mary Kay makes you look incredibly professional. And so this is my website here. And so your website would look pretty much the same, but people can shop online. They can check out online. They can see everything out there. It's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. And you guys can see all this right here. We also have an AI foundation finder. You know, AI is big these days. And lots of different free apps that you have. So this would be your website. I think it's great that you would have this. And you think about websites and how much it costs to design a website. So for $35 a year, that is absolutely nothing, okay? So I do want to share that with you. And then of course, before we have our amazing speaker, Amber, tonight, I do want to share a couple quick things. I know that the video talked a little bit about this, but I do want to go over some of these things with you because I know that a lot of you, this is a big deal for you. First off, we are in more than 35 markets. So we are a global company. I appreciate that. We have more than 1,600 global patents on our products, okay? And a couple great things about the environment and giving back. Mary Kay is very involved in the environment. In fact, we're one of the very few cosmetic companies that has 0 landfill status. We have planted more than 1 million trees. We also have all of our product 100% recyclable. So all of our plastic, our bottles, our jars, everything is 100% recyclable. Now that's the environment side, and the give back side is in the United States. We have donated over $200 million in grants for cancers affecting women and also to keep domestic violence shelters open. In our European areas, we donate money for orphanages to keep them open. So we're a company that cares about the environment and also giving back. So I love that about this company because it's very involved in all those things. Okay, so I do want to share that with you. And I have one more before we have our amazing speaker on here tonight. And those are our cars. Can I ask how many out there could use a car? Does anybody know that we have 3 cars? You know, a lot of times guests come on and say, "Oh, I didn't know you had other cars besides the pink Cadillac." We do. We have 3 different levels of cars here in our management. So if you jump into management, you become a sales director in Mary Kay. This is really great for you because you have a choice of different cars that you can have, which would be great. Of course, we have the new Cadillac EV, the new electric one, but we do have other cars. And if you're a guest on here tonight, can I ask you to do me a favor? For those of you who want to, no pressure here. But if you have a car payment and a car insurance payment, and if you didn't have to pay those each month, how much money would you save? Would you mind putting that in the chat section? I mean, if you didn't have a car payment and you didn't have car insurance, how much would you save? Does anybody have both? I'm sure a lot of people do. Yeah, see all these numbers? I love watching numbers that people put them in there. So I have not paid car insurance or had a car payment for oh my gosh, for 40 years in the company. I had my first car within my first 3 years. So I had actually 3 cars within my second year. So I haven't had a car payment or a car insurance payment at all. I've had a new Cadillac every 2 years. And people all say, where do you put them? So every 2 years you get to requalify for a new one. Okay. So it's really great. Now there are management on here tonight and they've earned more than 1 car. And I share this with you tonight because sometimes people think it's a lottery and it's not. And we have a lot of directors who are driving cars. So can I ask all the directors, if you've earned 1 or more car, to please put it in the chat section. Look how fast that goes so that the guests can see that there's not just one person. When you think about the fact that I've had 22 cars times 2, that's 44 years of cars. Well, not quite because I won 3 in 1 year. So about 43 years of cars. But still, can you imagine how much car insurance and car payments that I have saved my family? That's for sure. All right. Well, we have an amazing speaker on here. And tonight it is our beautiful Amber. And Amber had to be recorded ahead of time only because it's the holidays and we are out running around. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started for you so that you can actually hear Amber. So here we go. Well, you guys, I'm super excited for you tonight to hear my amazing friend Amber Towne. And I think I've known her since she was a kid. I don't think she was eligible to join Mary Kay when I knew her. How, even 4? I don't know how old you were. That's like crazy, but she'll tell the story. But you know, it's so funny generationally because her mom and I were sales directors together in the same national area. And so it's really interesting to see how kids grow up. And so anyway, all right. So Amber joined Mary Kay. But she currently lives in Phoenix, Arizona. She has 4 kids ranging from 24 to 17. She began her career 28 years ago in 1997 and has been a sales director for 25 of those years. She's earned 15 cars in Mary Kay. 13 of them have been the beautiful pink Cadillac. What else can I tell you? She's traveled the world thanks to Mary Kay. Her highest year was over $1 million. So that's $1 million of lipsticks that was sold. And, you know, during the pandemic, it's interesting. I always ask, what's your highest check? And she says 23,000. But during the pandemic, because a lot of us earned trips, they decided to pay us cash because they couldn't take us anywhere, which was good and bad. But I think it was good because they put in her account that day $54,900. So I guess her highest check is 23, but when you add up all that, so I don't know how many of you would love to have either problem. Okay, so either one will do, but I know she has a great story to share. So Amber, I'm just going to go ahead and turn this over to you, so go for it, girl.
Well, happy good evening, you guys. And yes, I have known Janet since I was 3. I think I actually met you when I was 6 because I remember you had a pink Cadillac and my mom visited you for lunch in the pink Cadillac trunk. You laid it down and then it pulled it in, and I thought, oh, when I grow up, I want to be like Janice and have a trunk like that. The little things you remember as a kid, but I vividly remember that trunk and that it was so cool because I thought Janice was like a Mary Kay superstar because she was the youngest. She wasn't a national yet when I met her, but then she went on to be the youngest national sales director. And every year we get older, though. So with that, though, Janice asked me to share a little bit of my life today because yes, I was raised in Mary Kay. My mom did join Mary Kay when I was 3 years old. I did say that I would never do Mary Kay, and that lasted all of 9 months into my 18th year of life when my dad actually approached me. I was on a college volleyball scholarship, and he proceeded to say, if I take you to dinner, will you listen to me? I think you're wasting your life. And I thought what I heard was food. And I really didn't care what he was going to say. I was not going to have top ramen that night. And so I said, of course. And so we went to dinner and he broke down the Mary Kay marketing plan for me because I wasn't a girly girl. I was a complete tomboy jock that carried a man's wallet in my back pocket the day I joined Mary Kay. I didn't even own a purse. And although I was raised in a pink Cadillac. And but my mom and I were just so very different. So it took my dad giving me a different perspective. And that day, my first objection was that I was so shy, that I wasn't like mom. And he said to me that day something that has stuck with me forever. He says, do you want to pass on? He says, you cannot give what you do not have. Do you want to pass on to your children something that you're burdened with today that will paralyze them? And I was like, that's not nice. I didn't have any kids and I wasn't in a relationship, but I'm like, that's not nice. He goes, it wasn't meant to be nice, but you cannot teach what you do not have. And I thought, he goes, you don't want your kids to struggle with confidence, do you? And I was like, oh, that's not nice. And he said, the only place to grow confidence is a comfortable place to fail. And he says, what's the worst thing that can happen? And so that's where I kind of looked at Mary Kay from a different perspective. And I thought, what's the worst thing that could happen? I try it and it's not for me. I mean, we all could go back to school, right? And retool ourselves. And so I found myself saying yes that day. And I did say I would never drive a pink Cadillac, and I'm driving my 15th one. I also said I would never wear big gaudy diamond rings from Mary Kay, but man, that changed because I didn't have a diamond to my name when I joined Mary Kay. So diamonds were big and gaudy. And so, but as I joined Mary Kay, I think the most amazing part of this business is the flexibility you get to have. One of the things that I think we don't ever plan for is life happening, whether it is taking care of maturing parents, whether it's taking care of kids that have either a developmental delay or some kind of issue that makes you have to be a mom that's hands-on, or it's just busy life. I have found myself in a different life situation that I'm so grateful for my Mary Kay business. And it's, I'm a single mom, and it wasn't something that I planned for. It wasn't something that I bargained for, but I was so grateful that Mary Kay allows me the flexibility to be mom and businesswoman. And I think that today, having multiple streams of income is a wise decision, but having that ability to still be mom when I have to provide for my family 100% on me. And that was the case before I was a single mom, and it's the case now. And from why we do what we do as moms or as grandmas is usually motivated by someone we're caring for. And there was a season where my son raced competitive motocross and was top 20 in the nation. And it cost me more to travel into California for the 3 weeks of training at a time that we'd go in fuel than it did for his gate fees, his trainer fees, and my food, because the fuel was so expensive and the cost of living increased at that time. And I thought, where in a million years could a single mom decide to increase her income by $50,000 to provide an avenue for her son to chase his dreams? And then today I was able to purchase his first 1450 Baja race truck. And if you understand that at all, I'm just going to tell you it's more expensive than motocross. And I'm like, why? But you know what? When you have a kid that is chasing dreams, you want to be able to provide and be able to encourage them and be the biggest cheerleader on the sidelines. And this business has allowed me to hook a race trailer to my pink Cadillac, put 60,000 miles on a car in 1 year, and go to the racetracks. I have a whole entire complete Zoom setup for my car with a ring light for my car, and I work out of the car. And I'm like, some days I'll hop on Zoom and there's dirt in my hair. But you know what? In all reality, it's a dream life to be able to make a 6-figure income, be present trackside with my son as he's training and going through things and having those memories. A wise person I work out with that once told me, memories over money. And I thought, what a cool thing that I don't have to falter in either one of those, because sometimes creating memories costs money. And so in those memory creations, it's something that has been huge for me. And to be able to take my daughter this year for her 21st birthday on the top sales director trip to Budapest. And it was something that was a redemption year where I didn't realize how much it was going to bless me to bless her with this trip. And a lot of people dream about traveling with their family, and Mary Kay paid for that for us. And she got to tool around Budapest. She actually said she was going to move back. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm not going to take you on another trip if you're just going to go move places like this. And I'm like, because I want you to live near me. And but one of the things that was amazing is coming from Budapest, being with my daughter, spending that amazing time on the trip, all expense paid. And when she said, Mom, really all expenses? I'm like, all expenses will be paid by Mary Kay. And so she had the time of her life, and she loves to thrift. And so she thrifted in Budapest. And I'm telling you, she's a good thrifter because I got a leather jacket out of it. But one of the things that as we were coming home and we were flying in, she says, Mom, did you ever realize that when you said yes to Mary Kay and you were available to have the time to advocate for my life, because there was a 2-year window where I had to put her in a treatment facility. She says, you had the time and you were the only one that advocated for my life. Did you ever think in a million years you'd be my best friend? And I said, no, that wasn't on the table. It was save your life or you were going to hate me. And to have her say that, we were both crying on the way home from Budapest, because she said, never in a million years did you know when you said yes to Mary Kay that you were going to need to be so present as a mom for me. And I'm like, whoo. So it's not always about the vehicle. Like, was Mary Kay something that I dreamt about as a little girl? No, even though it was in my home, it wasn't what I dreamt about. I thought I was going to be a college coach or something like that. I thought I was going to be a nutritionalist. And then I thought I was going to be a dental hygienist. I went all over the board with what I thought I was going to be. And then I thought, I want to help women live their best life today. And that's why I was looking at nutrition. And my dad showed me the opportunity of Mary Kay. And little did I know that it wasn't just going to be me changing lives. It was going to change my life, but it was going to change my children. And I think, generations beyond generations, when we're no longer on this earth, the footprint we've left in our kids is the one that's going to carry on. And so to be able to have that as a priority is something that has been so big to me. And, we're approaching Christmas right now. And I think what a time to celebrate yourself and take a gamble on yourself. When I said yes to Mary Kay, I didn't know if I was going to be good at it. I couldn't even call the pizza man and order pizza, let alone thinking I was going to work with customers or teach on a platform in front of 300 people or stand on a stage with Mary Kay and teach in front of 7,000. I would have said no had they told me one day you would be on a stage in front of 7,000. But because Mary Kay, you're paid to be on a personal growth journey. And I think most women need that. And so, but as you're sitting approaching Christmas, why not say yes to you? And I say that because it's a $35 decision. It's not marriage. It's not divorce, which, goodness gracious, I've done both now. But it's not like that big of a deal. And it's a test on yourself to see maybe this next year of 2026, this could be the best year of your life, and that it would continue to build, and that your rest of your life be the best of your life. And to have an opportunity to be around women that don't compete with each other, but raise each other, that help each other co-op our kids, and to go through life, because we never know when life's going to happen. But the availability to provide for your family when life does happen is a dream come true. And that we get to have no quotas, no territories. You can do as much or as little as you want. So whether you play with Mary Kay to get your products at cost and sell to a few friends or family, or you replace an income and provide, trips for a single mom because you have extra income, maybe that's what it is. But to me, I think Mary Kay is the best gift you could ever give yourself, because why not? why not take a chance on you? Why not take a chance on this company that is so amazing? Like, I've been around it for, well, that would be 43 years. I have been around Mary Kay Cosmetics because my mom joined when I was 3 years old. And little did she know the day that she joined Mary Kay, it would change 4 generations of our lives. And currently, one of my daughters has said she's joining Mary Kay. So that might be happening this month, and it might be a gift for me. And I'm like, what is happening? I will have had 5 generations in Mary Kay. And that is something that is unheard of, that this integrity of the company is so huge that if you have a female or you have a daughter in your life, you would never encourage them to do something if what you did or were doing made you exhausted, burnt out, hurt your body, or the company didn't have integrity. But yet my mom was a top sales director onto a national sales director in Mary Kay, and her only daughter followed her footsteps. My grandmother was a top sales director in Mary Kay, and she was a riot, by the way. But she worked Mary Kay all the way up till 2 months before she passed. And my great grandmothers both did Mary Kay with us. And one of them even said if she was 85 when she decided to really do this and do something with it. So you're never too old, let's be clear. But she said to me, she goes, if I was 10 years younger, I would have jumped all over this. And I'm like, that would have made you 75. Like, let's get serious, like right now. But she did. She said she sold to the old women at the senior center. So whether it's to make a little extra money, or it's to make a lot of extra money. Could you imagine $54,900 deposited in your account? You know, the reason why that number is so important to me and so crazy is 4 years prior, I put in my visualization cards that I look at every morning, and I visualize a direct deposit from Mary Kay of $50,000. 4 years prior, it was so beyond my thinking, but we were finishing our first $1 million year, and Mary Kay deposited that into my account. And my husband at the time said, is there a reason why there's $50,000 that just came into the account from Mary Kay? And I said, is there a reason why you're questioning it? Because I had seen it, and Mary Kay taught me to visualize what I wanted in my life, and I had visualized it for 4 years. So could you imagine visualizing a different life today, something greater, something bigger, and then having it come to fruition? That is the dreams that are available in Mary Kay. And Christmas is the best time to start because it's a gift for you. So that's my story in a nutshell, Janice. I hope that blessed somebody today.
So how old were you again when I met you? I can't remember. How old?
3. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think when I actually met you was 6.
Okay, so that makes me feel really old right about now, but just say thank you. So it's generational, and I think that's what's so great, Amber. Your grandmother did Mary Kay, your mother did Mary Kay, you're doing Mary Kay. And so it doesn't matter how old you are on here tonight, because it's generationally. Women still wash their face at every age, and they still need products, and they still need more products, and then more products and more products. So yes, it is the week before Christmas, and we're so grateful to have you on here with us. So thank you, Amber, for sharing. I so appreciate you. You are amazing. So thank you. All right, wasn't that great? I love Amber. She did such a great job and has such an amazing story. And guess, if you're on here, you know, it is a Christmas gift. It is for you. And you know, I always want to say to women, we're the worst at this. We wake up every morning and we give to our children, our spouse, the house, the community, the church, the family, everybody else but who? And you all know that answer, because we give to ourselves last. And sometimes if you don't do something for you, it's never going to happen. So I'm just going to encourage you to jump on tonight. If you did not type in I'm in for free, we're going to do these. So in just a minute, let me tell you how this is going to work, okay? And I think that Amber went through that. We make 50%. Everybody makes the same. We're a level playing field. There's great training, great information, great helpful things. Just because you join tonight doesn't mean you sell tomorrow. Your director will walk you through all that kind of stuff. But give yourself a great Christmas gift. Okay, so tonight, here's how this is going to work. So I'm going to unmute you all, which is always a little scary. And then we're going to call out a name. Now, we all have been around Zoom for a while, so we should be able to just get on that Zoom and unmute yourself. That should be super easy to do. Okay, so yes, all right. So unmute yourself. You have 10 seconds to come off. Tell us where you're coming in from and why you decided to join Mary Kay. Then you'll have 48 hours to connect with your Mary Kay beauty consultant, and she will then get you signed up. Okay, so that's super important. You'll have those 48 hours, and then we'll Venmo you back the money. Okay, so I want to make sure that we get that done. Okay, and remember, you guys, there's still a lot of people out there shopping. In fact, men haven't even started yet. It's not the 21st yet. So I just want to say that they're coming around the corner this weekend. So anyway, all right. So let's do this. I'm going to turn this over to my admins now, and they're going to select the names. And I just want to say to each one of you, Merry Christmas. And I hope that this will be a great Christmas gift for you. All right. So let's go from here. Let me turn this over to you guys and take it away.